All right, welcome back. And we're gonna speak about this match today. Smug against Momochi. So this matchup is Dudley against Ken, and I wanted to speak about this because it's completely different from the other match I reviewed, which was Fei Long against Oni. In this case, we have two players that are super rushdown oriented, and in the previous video, in the previous match I analyzed, they were extremely footsie based. So it's a completely different Street Fighter we're talking about. It's like it's a different game. And of course, I wanted to speak about Dudley because he's used to be my main character. He's probably the character I know the most out of every fighting game on the market. I studied this character for almost 12 years. So we usually we thought Dudley was bad. Honestly, I thought Dudley was one of the worst characters in the game, and he probably was back in Super Street Fighter 4. But then he got buffed. But it's not just because of the buff. He got the EX duck. It's the best buff he got. It's because of Smug. Smug like innovated the way we conceived Dudley. He changed everything, and I was doing all right in tournaments back in the day, but when this guy came out, he took everyone by surprise. So I was extremely happy to see him invited to Topanga World League. This was Topanga World League, which was the top Japanese players and some international guests. PR Boro got invited, Smog got invited, and Xian, Luffy, and Infiltration. So it was a good way to see some Japan versus US action. But let's get into this because we got a lot to talk about. So let's go. Okay, this matchup is 5-5. They're both rushdown characters.
さあやはり塩さんがおっしゃっていた通り、球は簡単に打たないと。
そうですね。
自分の手足を
Standing medium kick anti-air, corner carry,
まずこじ開けて画面端が近づいた。
stacking. So you have to remember this. Let's watch this again.
言っていた通り、球は
Medium punch machine gun blow is plus 2 on hit. You may argue, why did Smug block after this? He blocked because reversals, DPs were invincible even without meter. So he tried to get a read on an EX, on a regular DP, on a non-EX DP. That's why he stopped, even if he had the frame advantage. That's why he was careful, even if he was plus.
まずこじ開けて画面端が近づいた。
Just keeping him in the corner. This is the sweet spot. This is the sweet spot because he can whiff punish crouching medium kick for Dudley against Ken. Just stay there and use forward medium punch.
しのぎになる。
See? That's forward medium punch. And crouching medium kick.
一つ上から行ってうまく。
This is where Dudley gets super scary.
おっとフェイント。
He tried to feint a rose, but Momochi is
見せ
not
てバラを投げない。
falling for that. So this kidney blow. Forward medium kick. Let's watch it again.
うまく。さあ刻んだ。
This normal here
おっとフェ
did.
イント。
いいえフェイント。バラを投げると見せてバラを投げない。いいえ。
This one. This is basically the bread and butter of Dudley's offense. You get in with this and then you can go for a grab because it's plus on block. So grab, crouching light kick to catch people trying to walk back. You can go for a shimmy. Smug goes for a shimmy very often. Shimmies weren't that popular in Street Fighter 4 because people used to crouch stack. And if you're crouch stacking, it automatically beats shimmies because usually crouching light kick is a low. So if you're trying to walk back to shimmy, you get hit by the low. That's why shimmying wasn't very popular. But Dudley was an exception because as they kept studying the matchup, they found out that the best way to deal with Dudley is stand tech. So Smug adapted to that and started shimmying. So Dudley originated the shimmy in Street Fighter 4 because the meta against Dudley was stand teching and not crouch teching. Let's see what he does. He tried the throw here.
からスマックシロさんこれスマック
That's the Kara throw. Basically, there was a bug that... Well, not really a bug. It allowed Ken to... Look, this is it. This is the Kara throw. To extend the range of his throw. And it was extremely strong. That's what made Ken super scary up close. And now, after this situation here, after the throw, he gets a super ambiguous jump. So he can stay in front. He can go, he can have a cross up, he can do a cross up. He can pretend staying in front by staying over here and then go for the EX statsu to get behind. It's a scary situation to be in, and he can loop it every time he throws you. That's why Ken was super strong.
緻密な寿司を
Standing heavy
そうです
punch.
ねこうかなり老快なプレーが見られますね。
Yeah, he's trying to mash jabs to interrupt stuff.
わずかという状況だがMomochiはまだどっしりと構えている
Did you look at that? Did you see this? Basically, Momochi is using the throw, the Kara throw, to whiff punish.
かという状況だがMomochiはまだどっしり
Did you see that? He whiff punished the crouching jab with the Kara throw. Did you see the range of that throw? How was the Dudley Ken matchup? It was a perfect 5-5. Perfectly balanced matchup.
いきなりノー投げこのワンチャンス
He stayed in front.
相打ち OK はスマックさあ大きい技で
So basically what he went for is...
どっしりと構えている
Look.
いきなりノー投げ
This is the ambiguous jump. Stayed in front. Look at how ambiguous it is. This was in front. This was a non-cross-up.
ワンチャンス
Then basically he tried to bait Smug into pressing a button. He wanted to do crouching heavy punch as a frame trap into fireball, into dash cancel, into ultra to win the game. But Smug pressed the button, and Dudley has a free framer, so it's not really safe to frame trap him with delayed frame traps. And he did it because he was desperate. He was in cheap territory, so it was his last chance, but Smug just pressed the free framer and beat him.
相打ち OK はスマック
So basically what Dudley has to do in this matchup is try to beat crouching medium kick with forward medium punch and with crouching medium kick,
入って大勝利はすかし
and use standing heavy kick, standing heavy kick to bait Ken's forward medium kick. See, this is the range he wants to be in.
画面端
ちょっとこれ
入れ替わっ
は
た
ダトリがちょっと不運だったがなんとか抜け出したい。
And now this is all Ken.
さあそこには間合いを取って
Safe
いた
jump.
イースジェッパーこれはガード
He gets plus frames here, and he went for the low. Smug pressed the button. Wrong choice.
からさあ前蹴りが見えたそこからの大勝利そして
So basically what Ken can do, look at
そし
this.
てお仕置きから
You may say Momochi mashed and heavy DP. Nope. He had the meter to cancel it, to make it safe, but in Ken's case, if you have really strong reactions, you can only cancel the DP on block. If you hit the opponent, you can save the meter, and that's what he did. He confirmed that the DP worked and didn't cancel it.
前蹴りが見えたそこからの大勝利そして投げ最後
So
は
this situation here, Street Fighter 4 haters say that this is something very bad about Street Fighter 4. Basically, there's cheap damage with special moves. So the round was over pretty much. So this is the shimmy we're talking about. This is what I was talking about. This is beautiful. Because Smug knows that everyone is gonna try to stand tack against Dudley. See, look at this. He's gonna bait the stand tack and then shimmy. This is like the Street Fighter 5 definition of a shimmy. But this concept wasn't popular at all in Street Fighter 4. It was Smug who created it. Smug and like Gutex probably. But it was really fucking rare, man. And he did it. It worked. This is a similar thing. Look, he went for the forward heavy punch. This is minus. If it hits as a counter hit, you can combo into it. But it's usually minus. He predicted that Momochi will go for a grab and use the short swing blow which is throw immune. The stupidest thing in Street Fighter 4, in Super Street Fighter 4 Vanilla, was that that move looked throw invincible, but it was not. That's why Dudley sucked back in the day. But then it got fixed, so it's super useful. Look, see? Short swing blow. See.
でまだまだというところではあ
To
り
bait
ま
the
す
front.
が、少し
そうですね
密着した時に2人と
はい
も、こう
Smug is being super
技を
careful.
打ち合う意思というのは見て取れましたかね。
He's trying to maintain the life
こう移
lead.
動投げを意識してか、
はい
スマックはショートスイングブロー
See, crouching medium kick was a problem for Dudley. And it was an even bigger problem before forward medium punch and crouching medium kick got buffed. It's still a problem, but it's manageable.
暴れが多いんですよね。
はいはいはい。
結構理にかなってるんですよね。投げ無敵で、かつグラつぶしも
Spacing.
食らいづらい。
Momochi was ready. So basically what Ken did, sorry if I'm interrupting too much, but there's a lot to talk about. The next time we see the same thing, I'm not gonna stop the video. So Ken's BMB, it was like any light normal into crouching medium kick into X Tatsu. After that, he could reset into things. He could have gone for a throw. He could go for a throw. He could go for a frame trap, like standing medium kick. Standing medium kick into Ultra was very popular. Momochi popularized it. Or he can go for, I don't know, ADP to bait any button or a grab. He had plenty of options, and it was loopable. What Momochi decided to do was, okay, this was sick. Momochi tried to basically go for another round. He tried to go for a low kick, a low light kick into another combo, but Smug blocked. So Ken's focus is really slow, and Smug was super good at reacting to this. Look at this. You may say, yo, Smug has sick reactions. That's not totally true. I mean, he has sick reactions, but in this situation here, he saw that Momochi had 2 meter, and he was like, I have Ultra 1. If Ken cancels it, I can just mash Ultra and get him. He didn't react to Momochi doing the focus. He just reacted to Momochi canceling, because even if he cancelled with a backdash, Dudley's Ultra 1 would have reached. So as soon as he blocked the heavy DP, he was mashing Ultra. And he doesn't care about what Ken does. He can either stay there and cancel into focus or backdash. The Ultra would have worked anyway. So he's a very good player, but it wasn't as impressive as it may look. It was still sick though. You get the Hajime no Ippo reference. And he gets Oki, of course. This was the Smug trademark. Many characters used to backdash against Dudley. What he did was, against certain characters, he jumped over on the opponent's wake up to be able to catch the backdash. And if you do a hard read like that, and you catch the opponent backdashing, you get a full jumping combo, which means usually about 40% if you're playing against Dudley. So it was the best way to beat backdashes. It was such a simple way to deal with it, but I never thought about it before Smug came. Smug was an innovator. He created the character. Once again, forward medium punch to bait the crouching medium kick. They're being super careful, both of them. Did you see the careful? See, this is what I was talking about. After the grab, this totally looked like a non-cross-up. But you can go for a Tatsu in the air and turn it into a cross-up. That's basically unreactable. You have to react last second, and it's pretty impossible. That's why Ken's throws were so scary. Because he got so many setups.
前に出て技を当てに来ている。
After that.
フェイントからこうして
Another setup.
投げ次は
That's the no setup setup.
さあすぐに見てから
That's a very nice way to beat the focus. This round was all Momochi. He did a super good job. Which is like, it's impressive because they practiced against Dudley in training mode. There were no Dudleys in Japan. Live TV as usual, pardon on the phone. Okay, this is the Can's BMB. Like when you go for a crouching medium punch frame trap, you can combo it on counter it into a heavy DP. And it's a very good thing. He baited the crouch attack here. Once again, he used the invincibility to bait the button. This is very good. This is so much, man. This is interesting because he used the overhead to shimmy. This was the most impressive thing though. I didn't see it. This was a midi. This was a midi. Dudley can't combo into it, okay? He can't, naturally. Smug saw that the forward medium punch hit in the latest active frames, acted as a midi, and he comboed into something else. That's the impressive part. Like, not even the commentators knew because this is specific to Dudley. But this was the really impressive thing. Not the Ultra. The Ultra was like flashy and stuff, but this is what makes Smug super impressive. It's not a confirm. Like, he actually saw that forward medium punch hit as a midi because it hit when Ken was dashing forward, and then he converted. That's the interesting stuff. That's the combo, and on top of that, look at this. He knows that Momochi is stamp attacking, and he actually shimmied with an overhead, which is something that completely blew my mind.
投げも対応の攻めですね。
はい、危ないぞ。この間合い、そして画面端が絡んでいる。しかし桃地がしのいでいる。さあ、うわー、
He had the meter to cancel.
昇竜セビ EX 昇竜まで。
He had the meter to cancel. Chop it off.
白さん、今の画面端の攻防はすごいしのぎ。
But in Street Fighter 4, it was easier to spot when the opponent will DP. Because the opponent will DP when he had the meter. So if you saw 2 bars of meter, you will be more careful. That's a very beautiful punish. That's very good. And the shimmy once again. Once again the stand tag. Landed in front. Okay, you guys don't know how hard this is. Dudley always had a Shoryu, even in first strike. This combo here into Ultra is super hard. It's like a 2 or 3 frame window, and you have to input forward, down forward free kicks. Especially on a non-counter it. This is unbelievably hard. He did something very stupid here. Here, Momochi was pretty stupid. He's a godlike player, but in this situation here, he wanted to chip him, but he was so far. He cracked under pressure. So Japanese players are humans too. That's why he nodded. He was like, yeah, that was my fault. Okay, let's see what he goes for. Once again, the car grab. The pressure from Dudley. Once again, the stand tag. Beat the focus. Throw again. Okay, this is death, man. He tried to bait, so he backdashed because he knew Momochi had 2 bars of meter, and he wanted to bait a DP, but Momochi is not a scrub. He knew, so he didn't DP at all. It was very scary for him because Dudley can kill you in 2 reads. Basically, Dudley is playing Street Fighter V in Street Fighter 4. But he managed to pull it off. The thing about stand tag, Dudley is really strong when he counter hits you. Back in the day, tacking, basically if you get hit while you're stand tagging, it's not a counter hit. So it was way safer to stand tag. But Smug is exploiting that so much. It's super impressive. Missed the combo. Trying to fish for the sweep. Sweep is a launcher for Dudley in this game. I know it's strange, but it's a sweep that juggles. Look at that, like in first strike. The confirm, and it's done. This is very good because the Smug haters were like, yo, yeah, he acts all high and mighty, but we don't know how he's gonna fare against Japanese opponents back in the day. And basically he shut up anyone, all the haters, with his performance. He didn't win, and we're gonna see why in the future, but he was impressive. That's the rose. Yeah, I'm gonna upload this Ocean from Blue. Everyone is hating a new player because Smug was actually pretty new back in the day. He had some results, but everyone was like, yo, he's nowhere near the Japanese players level. People are not gonna trust you unless you prove yourself on a tournament level. There was a lot of prejudice towards Smug. Even PR Borog was skeptical, but then Smug played him offline and he bodied him, so he started respecting him. Okay, the cross under here. Once again, the forward medium kick to start the pressure. That's very good. That's the trade combo. Pretty easy to do for the Street Fighter 4 standards. Carafro, once again. The teleporting grab. Once again. That's punishable, but Momochi didn't know. Once again, the shimmy into the grab. Into the red focus, which is an addition in the Ultra edition of the game. Into the Ultra. Was he the Punk of his day? Nah, Smug was much more respectful than Punk. He never disrespected anyone, which is pretty impressive if you think about it. Okay, so Dudley has no meter. It's pretty hard for him to get out of this. Ken has better normals. Look at how long the normals are. But if Dudley gets in... So basically what happened here is Momochi was prepared. Like, the Japanese players didn't know Dudley, but they did their homework when they knew Smug was coming. Look, this here, EX dock. It's faster than regular dock. But if you cancel a normal into EX dock, you're still minus. It's super hard to react to it though, because it's super fast. But Momochi was ready when he pressed jabs to counter it. They did their homework. Momochi's pissed because he failed the combo. He's like, I'm not on point today. It was, let me just say that it was really hard to beat any Japanese player in Street Fighter 4.
はいゴリさん
They were almost
3
unbeatable.
ボールですね失礼しましたはい
そう中央プレッシャーはやばいね。対空が意外と出てないんですよね。
そうですね
The overhead, just to chip the life away.
上がお留守になるかと
There's the sweep into the combo.
そこまでのプレッシャーをかけ
See, that's what I'm talking about. What did I tell you when he landed the Ultra the first time? It doesn't matter what Ken does after the DP. If you're expecting a DP, this is really easy. You're expecting a DP, he goes for the DP. As soon as you see the DP on wake up, you know he's gonna cancel it if he has the meter. So you can just mash the Ultra and you're gonna get him on the first frame. That's why he was using Ultra 1. People thought, yo, he's playing against Ken. Ken is a Fireball character. He's using Ultra 1 with Dudley because he wants to beat Fireballs. But Japanese players are not stupid. They're not gonna throw Fireballs at you if they know you have a full screen anti-Fireball Ultra. The real reason why Smug is using Ultra 1 is to beat the DP cancel shenanigans. I mean, if you can't scare a Shoto player out of canceling his DPs against a high pressure character like Dudley, you did 50% of the work already. It's much harder for the opponent to I mean, he's gonna be much more scared of you. And now he gets the punish, and he's gonna kill him probably because this is raw Ultra. There you go. Ultras did a lot of damage.
そうですよね。だからこう逆に相手が上手いからこそここはもう3分の1ぐらいの時ですよね。素直にセビ前に来たら確定しないんで。
はい
セビためかセビバックに。
Once again, the shimmy. This is so good, man. I was so impressed
うまいプレイヤーってセビ前に。
because I was getting frustrated back at the time because everyone was stand attacking against me and they would catch me every time. And all of a sudden, Smug started playing like this and exposing all the stand attack attempts.
崩してはいないカウンターしていたがさあ近距離のせめぎ合いが危ないぞさあ勝利打っていった
He failed here. Could have ultra
来た
cancel into heavy DP. He missed up the timing of the overhead, but it didn't matter anyway.
着地か
どう
ら
する？
Okay, listen here. I'm gonna tell you something that
これガード
it's not
来た
visible.
前に出てジェッパーにした
Back in Street Fighter 4 days, even what strings you were doing were super important. I was asking myself, every time I saw Momochi, I was asking myself, why is he doing this? Look at this. Crouching light kick, standing light kick. I found out the reason after some months of studying him. Basically, he was option selecting Ultra 2 against the backdash. He was doing crouching light kick, standing light kick into down back free kicks. If Smug backdashed here, Ken would have performed an Ultra and reach him because Ken's Ultra 2 is goes very far. So that's why he was doing this. Why was he using standing light kick? Because he was using that because, you know, if you're trying to do double quarter circle back with kicks, and that's like the motion of Ultra 2, what would you get? A Tatsu. So since he didn't want to get the Tatsu on block, he used standing light kick, which was not special cancelable, and that's it. That's why he was doing this string. See how deep Street Fighter 4 is. He was hiding an option select here to beat the backdash. And he was using this specific string because standing light kick was not special cancelable.
着地か
どう
ら
する？
どうする
お裏勝利ですね。
はい
No, Ocean. Ultra 2 had
同
much more horizontal range.
非常に強力
あ、でも
ですよね
中だったんで素直に。
Step kick was so oppressive, man.
さあこのめくり空中竜巻が先ほどから機能し始めているからの桃地のプレッシャースカシゲダンに行ったが
Once again, You can't do FADC against Dudley. You're getting ultra.
ゲージを失った上にここから奥攻めがついてくるのが痛い。
100%.
さあショートスイングはバックスを追っている。もう一度ショートスイング。さあ
Once again, man, he's falling for it every time. But Smug fails the
さあ
combo.
どうする桃地。
Could have won here. And there you go.
シンガー
How is he canceling DP? There was a mechanic in Street Fighter 4 called focus attack dash cancel. Basically, you did an invincible move, and if you had 2 bars of meter, you could make it mostly safe. Imagine if it was Street Fighter 5, you would have had to do V-skill into backdash. Yeah, it's like Kage's V-trigger one cancel, exactly.
出ますかね。
But you need 2 bars of meter.
さあ、ユキサキングは警戒している。さあ、もちろん意識配分はやや下に比重があるか。
Once again, getting in with forward medium kick. Super important.
では、通り過ぎてしまった。もうちょっとする。
He tried to frame trap, but Smug was stand attacking. This is okay. This is. Listen to me. This is something I lost my mind when I saw this. Smug was playing Street Fighter 5 in Street Fighter 4. And like the concept of a shimmy was only popular in Street Fighter 5. It was popularized in Street Fighter 5. Smug was ahead of his time. This concept wasn't in Street Fighter 4 at all. Since he knew Momochi's was always stand attacking, he was exposing him every time. With a concept that only became popular in the next game of the series. It's mind-blowing, really. And he full comboed him. Like, this is pretty common for Street Fighter 5 players. Like, if you see this, you're like, what's so special about this? Nobody was doing this back in Street Fighter 4. It's mind-blowing, trust me. He was ahead of his time. Smug was such a pioneer, man. Because, like, listen to me, Dudley was not the strongest character. He was like mid-tier at best. He was very explosive,
はい。
but he was not. He struggled in a lot of matchups. I think Gutek started it, but Smug made it popular.
スマック。
Yeah, I spoke about it, Kamishu.
これでまたスマックのチャンスになる。
It's because people were stand attacking against Dudley. Okay, corner. He tried to shimmy again, but Momochi's not falling for it anymore. So, this here, step kick. Basically, if the step kick counter it, it was a free combo into heavy DP. So this is a combo. Walk speed is slower, Garuda, and people are crouch stacking. So if you try to shimmy them, you get hit by the crouching like kick. Ken's neutral is very strong in the 4 because it has the Kara grab, which can be used as a whiff punish, as we saw, and he has the step kick and crouching medium kick. He did an empty jump trying to bait a throw.
これですね、さっきから。あのショートスイングいいですよ。
And that's it. The ultimate frame trap. He tried to ultra and he failed here. That frame trap is so satisfying. Okay, I need to explain you this. This is very important. I don't even know how Smug thought about doing this. He did heavy DP. Heavy DP is not invincible. Dudley's non-EX DPs were not invincible. They're only throw immune, which means that Smug, read the throw there. And reading a throw in between that string is... I don't even know how he did it. Chipping away still. Chipping away. And chipping away.
相手にこう補給をさせない。
Oh yeah, sweeps were almost non-punishable in Street Fighter 4.
隙間なく
You can only punish them
こ
by
れはすごいですね。こう
by using focus attack.
いや上のねこう体力を見る
Once
時間
again,
すらな
staff
かった
kick into DP on counter it.
まさに無呼吸連打
I think he mashed here, honestly. That was a very hard read.
これほどまでに集中しているか
He gets the frame advantage with the heavy Tatsu. Once again, this setup almost unblockable. You never know where Ken is gonna go.
一つになっている
He delayed the crouching light kick to get the counter it here.
打撃
Stand back once again. Like Momochi is not getting dissuaded. This is punishable.
くれて大仕置き
Momochi still stand attacks
ヒヤリとしましたね
because, as I said, there's less risk involved in stand attacking. You're not getting counter it.
うわいきなり
That's a
そう
very
な
good
んですよね
conversion.
このセオリーで考えたらねダートリ的に
Ken never used fireballs, pretty
ちょっ
much.
と油断したところに
It's almost impossible to use fireballs against Dudley. You can just duck under them on reaction.
投げも打つ
That's the meaty
持続加速
meaty
前
forward heavy kick, heavy punch. Sorry.
前が記号していたが
The
もう
grab
ちょっといる
stayed in front.
すぐにめくりを引っ掛けてさあ
Look at the range of the power grab.
中段一つだがすぐさま返すそして
So why did Smog backdash in this situation? Basically, if the player with the DP with invincible move wants to cancel into FADC, he has to connect with you. So if he connects with you, he can make the DP safe. But if you backdash, like Momochi wanted to cancel it, but if you don't make contact with your opponent, you can't focus cancel it, and you're wide open. That's why Smog backdash there, because he knew Momochi had 2 bars, and he was like, okay, he wants to wake up with a DP, and he wants to cancel it, to not take any risks. I'm gonna backdash to make him whiff and punish him.
手すかして
He couldn't cancel
自分の打撃を
it.
与えていく
He tried to read a backdash here with the
アウト
jump.
ボクシングもでき
I
るか
explained
ス
you
マック
earlier how that worked.
このプレッシャーの中か
He's basically playing around Dudley's weaknesses.
ニュートラルで待ってるのが恐ろしすぎる
前に行く
これはうまいぞおー桃地
That counter grab, man.
投げそして
And that's lights out because cheap damage is a thing in this game,
さあこれで
even without
さあ
supers.
やっぱこう
As you can see, Ken really is a mix-up monster in this game.
それをやはりこう
He's still a Shoto, but he's so different from Ryu.
ノーリスクでリスね
He has very bad fireballs,
これ相当やり
but
た
he
い
has this vortex here.
としては
That's the option select. When people ask me, Schiacci, what's an option select? Look, this anti-backdash option select. Basically, you do crouching light kick and then crouching light kick and crouching heavy kick at the same time. So if the opponent blocks, you get double crouching light kick because the chain has priority over the heavy kick. If the crouching light kick whiffs, which was this case, because Smug backdashed and the backdash is immune and makes the crouching light kick whiff, the crouching heavy kick has priority over the crouching light kick and you get the sweep. That's the technical explanation. But what Momochi was doing is crouching light kick and then crouching light kick plus crouching heavy kick. If the opponent backdashes, you get the sweep. If the opponent blocks, you can keep the string going. You get double crouching light kick, and then you can keep pressuring the opponent. That's an option select. That was not reaction. This was the simplest option select you had to learn in Street Fighter 4, because if you didn't, people were just bowling you by backdashing every time and having a free wake up every time.
竜巻は起動するおお小判連打で
Once again,
で
exposing the stand tag. That was the name of the game here. One Smug so many rounds, so many games.
さあ前入りカウンターから大勝利をつないでいくのは桃地の剣さあ中心波動
That's very nice.
竜巻まですぐさま暴れて
Too bad he didn't do a back throw here.
小判暴れが流行った
So, what happened here is, since Momochi knows that Smug is gonna try and expose his stand tech, he did something that you should never do against Dudley unless you're in your opponent's mind, which is mashing jabs. If you mash jabs against Dudley, you're dead pretty much, because he has the strongest frame traps in the game, together with Cody. But in this case, Momochi knew that Smug was trying to expose his stand tech habits. So what he did was just pressing jabs. Adaptation and counter adaptation. See, he started to press buttons now to beat the walk back and the shimmy. Trying to catch crouching medium kick here, but it's very hard to do.
地上でのせめぎ合いが増えてきた。さあ、モモチのゲージがマックスになる。しかしスマックはどんどんプレッシャーをかけに来る。
Momochi bowling with that crouching medium kick. Failed the one frame link too far. This was a mistake, and I'm super sad. I was super sad about this. This was not any X-Dock. I think you know what this was. This was an Ultra. Again. But he failed. He was like, hands were shaking. So he failed. Would have been game. And now guaranteed cheap. Nothing he could have done. This round was Smug's. 4-4. Step kick, short swing blow. Went low, got him. And Kenny's in the corner already. He's trying to reset him. Yeah, and he makes DPs with. So you can't DP against setups. It's harsh. Dealing with Ken and his vortex was pretty hard. Alright. Once again, the anti-backdash option select didn't work because Smug is not bachdashing. Once again, bowling with crouching medium kick. That character grab, man, gets me every time. 100% success rate with that cross Atatsu. There we go. That was all Momochi. Double Luigi. Grab after the plus frames. Try to read the backdash Momochi knows. We finished with the grab. He tried again, but Momochi, Smug was pressing buttons. What is he gonna do? Try to read the backdash again. It's not working though. It's a hard read. Frame trap. Once again the Ultra. This time it worked. Basically, two things are working for Smug. Shimming and punishing the cancel with the grab. With the Ultra sword. That was so good. And that was it. That was such a set, man. Incredible. Let's watch it again. Let's watch the last sequence again. It was 4-4 in the first to 5. So, let me speak about some meta things. Okay, so what made Evil Ryu better than all the other Shotos back in the day? Evil Ryu could do crouching medium kick into fireball, and that would be a true block string. If he was playing against Evil Ryu, he couldn't have done EX dock to beat the fireball. All the other Shotos, you can do things between the crouching medium kick and the fireball. That's true for Akuma, for Ken, and for Ryu. That's not true for Evo Ryu. So Evo Ryu can bully you with crouching medium kick Hado without worrying about the consequences. In this situation here, Ken's crouching medium kick into fireball is not a true block string, and what Smug did is he used the frame gap to do an EX dock. He was super good at that because it was a super clutch situation. He did an EX dock to get under the fireball because it's fireball immune and punish Momochi for the win. It's an easy concept. Like if you go to training mode and you do it, it's super easy to do. But doing this in such a situation, 4-4 last round and on the last pixel of life, on the last 20%, was something really, really, really impressive. So props to him. It was one of the best sets in Topanga League, and nobody knew Dudley could play at this high level back in the day. You can look at the exhaustion on Smug's face here. I respected him so much.
るんじゃないですか、これは。
これはも
これは出し切ったような。
うどっちが勝ったのかっていう。
そうですね。
いやこの勝ち。
Alright, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. It's always enjoyable to do these analyses. And yeah, I want to do more. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.